Well, the sports program here for women was fairly new. I mean, they'd had athletics, but at that time, nationally, athletics wasn't real big for girls. In fact, the high school I went to did not have any girls' athletic teams. I went to a school in Camden, Woodrow Wilson High School. All my friends in all their schools had, sports. So really, I had no sports. So I came down here, never seen a field hockey stick, didn't know what they were talking about, and just threw my whole self into the 4 years I was here. I played basketball, played lacrosse. I'd never played lacrosse before. I played softball for a year, and then I played field hockey all 4 years. And just great coaches, wonderful experience, and really my foundation for really loving sports and wanting to be involved later on in life and be a health and physical education teacher and a coach. I think most of the coaches were pretty hard. Some of my classmates back at that time weren't accustomed to that and really didn't like that. But me, if my coach told me to jump, I would say how high. And I can remember one time at that time at Glassboro State, semester ended at Christmas, and there was no interim, and you came back in Jan. You had a break, and so we were told to do all these, exercises, all these drills in order to keep up for basketball. And when we came back to school, the coach asked how many did them, and I was the only one that raised my hand. But everybody knew I would, I go into the president's office. It was Dr. James at the time, and he goes, Joy, I think we need to combine the programs. And he said, a men's program, a women's program, too. He said, this doesn't seem to be working. I said, no, it is kind of crazy. I said, since I handle the budget, and, it's not like anybody's hiding anything. And he said, I want to make you the athletic director. That was a big deal then. That was a major breakthrough for a woman. And I said, wow. I said, okay. The thing about Dr. James, he was wonderful president, really into athletics. And for him to make me the athletic director meant that he felt confident in my abilities. It wasn't anything about being the first this, the first that, or we're going to put you in this role. And it really wasn't until the newspapers got a hold of it that all of a sudden I was the first women's athletic director in the state of New Jersey in control of a football school. Football was the big thing. There may have been other women ADs around, but, and so I think at that time there was very few of us nationally. At one point, somebody told me maybe 19 or 20 women in the country were athletic directors over total programs. Division III athletes have to love to play because they don't get paid. There's no scholarship. There's no, if you're playing athletes and you have a scholarship, it's because you're academically strong. And so it's always been basically a joke that you pay to play at Division III. You pay for your education, and there's no financial assistance for your athletic ability. So on that end of the spectrum, recruiting can be tough. You have great athletes. South Jersey is a hotbed of athletes. I mean, schools would come in and just take the field hockey players, Division I schools, just come in and recruit them. Football, too. So it takes a great coach, a great person to be able to recruit a young man to come in, a young woman to come in and want to play at Division III and at Rowan. We, as our program evolved and we became stronger and stronger in athletics and nationally ranked, we won national championships. And to me, the athletic program is an important part of the total educational process on campus. It's an outlet for students to be able to go watch a game. It's an outlet for students to participate. It brings camaraderie on campus. The institution became well-known nationally. So the value of athletics is so important. It's so important to the student athlete. It helps with discipline. It helps get them organized, set on a time schedule sometimes. They know they got to practice, they got to get their homework done, they got to go to class, and they have other community responsibilities. Some of them may even have to work. So it really helped develop them as a total person, as a total individual. And then for campus, I just think the excitement, especially when your team's doing well, and the camaraderie that it brings to people on campus. And when we were going strong, especially in football, we had busloads of people, administrators. We had a bus called it's called the VIP bus. And Dr. James said, fill it up. And it was all college administrators. And they would go to the events, and we had big cheering sections, and just brought a great bit of camaraderie and excitement, to the campus. But again, it's just so important to the total educational process here, for the academics, the athletics, the social life. It's just it just brings everybody together. It's diverse. It includes everybody. It's teamwork. You don't look at a person for what do you like. It's just what can we do together to bring this to the campus and to bring recognition to the college. That's really hard because there's been a lot of them. I just think that the recognition, the national recognition that we had, and the respect that people had for our program and the university. We were recognized in the top 5 in the nation. At one point, I went and had to pick up a trophy or be recognized as one of the top 5 programs in the country. That was really, really exciting. And then, just knowing that I had a good coaching staff, and, we had our issues like any school, any program, when you have so many egos involved and so many strong programs involved. But I think I'm just really proud of the overall experience that I had here. And then I've been inducted into quite a few Hall of Fames, and probably beside the Rowan one, the National Athletic Directors Hall of Fame. I was inducted into that in 2016, I think, and that's a major accomplishment, and I was very humbled and very honored to be among that group of people to be inducted into that Hall of Fame. Athletics is a privilege to participate. That's the way I feel. It's a privilege, not a right. And so it's a privilege for you to be able to participate in any sport, in anything that you do. And if you're going to participate, then do it the right way. And if not, then go, just join a team to have fun. But if you're going to be involved in intercollegiate athletics, there's pressure. You want to win. There's hard work. It's training. It's mentally, it can be tough on you, physically, emotionally. So, and not everybody's cut out for that. I mean, I've had athletes that have finally admitted, you know what, I'm not a competitor. I can't do this. The percentage of people that go professional is so low. It might, in some sports, it might be 1%, 2%, 3%. I mean, it doesn't happen. And the kids that are great in college, how many of them go to the pros and can't handle it? They can't handle all of a sudden they're being cheered at the college and they drop a ball in the pros and they're being booed, and they can't handle that. When you look at the big picture, we try to prepare them to be productive citizens and in society. That's really what you want to help them to be. You know what? I can't even remember now. It might have been black and gold. I was just trying to think of something different because so many of our schools in the conference, we have a couple that were red and white. Blue and gold was Trenton, or the College of New Jersey. And I can't even remember now what the colors are. I probably have it written down somewhere. And I was trying to change the owl to the bear because at that time I thought the bear was the state animal or something, the Bruin. And so I said we could be, the Bruins, the bear. And because we had that owl. And, the one thing I would like to include, if it's not too late, is the first time we were on TV for football. It was on ESPN, and they're showing the logos of the schools. And here is this crazy logo from Mount Union, and here's the top of Bunce Hall for Rowan. And just the steeple. So I came back, and I hope this makes the tape. This has to. So I come back and I go into Dr. James. I go, Dr. James, we got a problem. He goes, what? I go, Bunce Hall doesn't cut it. He goes, what do you mean? I said, did you see the TV? They show, Rowan College of New Jersey, Bunce Hall, and they show Mount Union and the Wolf or whatever they are. I go, we need a logo. we need an athletic logo. He says, you're right, we do. So that's how we started with the prof. And I think, so I'm really the one that instituted that. And then I think he had public relations, maybe Ed Ziegler at the time, and our sports information director, Sheila, started working on it. And that's when we had we called it was an owl that had a big breast that walked like that. And later on, we decided it looked like a chicken. So then we got together with Lori, I think she's still in public relations, and said, we need to redo the chicken, and we need to become the owl. Because I think the number one thing for me from day one was the integrity of the program and doing things right, doing things the right way. The student-athlete experience, making sure that they understood that they were students first, and then they were athletes. Very proud of our academic success that we had. Just really a strong overall program. And the fact that they inducted me into one of the first into the Hall of Fame. And then when I retired, they named the Hall of Fame after me, and with Shirley O'Day. Because that's not an easy thing to have something named after you at a university. You know, that's quite an honor. That's really, really exciting for me.